So thank you, Tejas bhai, Malay bhai, and Abhivandan ji. Indeed, thanks for inviting me to Jito. Every year we interact on this platform in a physical manner. This time, I believe it's been done even better because we can reach a larger audience across the state. And not just across the state, it could be an initiative that you can take worldwide for wherever the community is for the benefit of the young of our nation. Having said that, good morning, friends. It's a small session, and to talk on the topics that I have been given, AI, and which includes data science, machine learning, and deep learning, and on the other hand, design thinking, both being varied, and therefore I'll try to do some justice to that. And in addition to that, there is a mention of emerging tech. So instead of using any presentation today because of the lack of time, I will just share some of my experiences and some of the questions that the young people ask to address that how you can actually benefit from this revolution that is taking place. आप सबको पता होगा कि आज के टाइम में one of the key factors जो हम लोग के सामने आया है, that has been how can technology influence our lives and make it meaningful. Before whatever happened in the last 4 to 6 months, before that also we were talking about that the world is going through very tough situation and we used to call the world VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. This is a general term that all world leaders have coined. And whenever we would talk about the world economics or world society or culture, we would say that because the world is going through a VUCA condition, therefore we need different set of tools. Now, my young friends, some of you and your parents would definitely remember then that in early 2000, there was a revolution that started in the world which was to do with computers. It started little early around 80s, but it hit India somewhere close to 1990s and majorly took force in 2000. At that point of time, a lot of people from different disciplines, not just science, because when we talk about computer and emerging technology, a lot of young people think it is only meant for science and engineering background. You would be really surprised that the success of India in IT has been purely because there were hundreds and thousands of people from commerce, art, and science who took up computers and built a career. In fact, to share with you, I know so many of my relatives and friends who were from different backgrounds, yet they chose computer because it was a growing field. And I'm sure all of us are familiar that any field that is rising and growing fast, if we enter that field at the right time, it takes hardly years for a person to establish himself and grow. So if I'm sure, and don't believe me just on the face value, I would suggest that you can actually talk to some of your relatives and your parents of your friends who are in the field of IT. Majority of them will say that they have at least 60% of people who joined it were people with different background. It is only after that revolution took full force, like Infosys and TCS and Wipro, they started to grow at faster pace. Then we had computer engineering seats increased, special discipline for information technology being introduced. But the first step that India took was on the back of young people like you who chose to get into the computer field for the opportunities it provides. Dear friends, we are back in exactly the same position right now. And for this, I would like some of you to request you that after the session, please go to internet and find out the top 10 jobs that are being proposed in the world today. you would be surprised that out of the top 10 jobs, 6 of them are in emerging technology domain. And one of them is in the domain of design thinking, UI, UX especially. And this is not just a coincidence that this year CBSE has introduced AI and design thinking as subjects in Standard 11. Now, what does this mean? When a CBSE board introduces subjects like AI and design thinking for Standard 11, it means that the government is very serious about educating the young people in certain areas. Therefore, it is no hidden secret that the future, that the next 20 years belongs to artificial intelligence. When I talk about emerging technology, there are few very prominent technologies that come to mind. The first of them being, of course, the most popular, artificial intelligence. AI actually started in 1960s. And at that point of time, a few people came together and thought that this could be the future of the world. So it is not a new field. But why has it suddenly taken off? There are two reasons specifically for this. The first reason is that now we have mobile phones and we are connected to each other through internet. Therefore, every minute we are getting so much data, because artificial intelligence is based on data. Like, for example, if we want to look at currently, I'm sure all of you are familiar with some of the apps that we are using in order to see that whether we are safe, our surrounding, our Aadhaar Setu. In addition, the COVID information that we are getting, how is it that this whole information gets collected, analyzed, and come to us at that speed? If we talk about 10 years back, the data was there, but we were not able to collect that data. And because of that, we were not able to do analysis and synthesis of data. And therefore, it became very difficult for us to apply AI. So what AI does in simple language, I would say, is that if you have a set of data, that data is now we want to make some decision. For example, let us say so many young students are studying in grade 12 this year. What should be the kind of programs that the government should launch so that the young people, their interest and aspiration matches the number of seats that are available in the course? Now, this is a simple situation. How would we tackle this? What government does is it collects the data of the young people from across the country. I'm sure you are familiar with the tinkering labs that are there in some of the schools. The purpose of tinkering lab is to get the idea and what do young people want to aspire for, what are their aptitude and inclination. When this data comes to the government, then the government looks at, this year it looks like 70% of the people are more keen to take about a science stream within science, this area. And it could, I'm not just talking about science, it could be that in a certain year, a lot of young people want to take up specific aspects of accountancy. So when this data comes to the central location, there are certain programs that are made, that are computer programs, which helps us convert that data into some meaningful situational analysis. So ये क्या करता है कि जैसे ही आपको डेटा मिलता है, उस डेटा के ऊपर हम लोग उसको एल्गोरिदम कहते हैं, it's a programs in simple language, and that program ये प्रोग्राम जब रन होता है तो जो डेटा है वो डेटा को सेग्रीगेट कर देता है अलग अलग कैटेगरीज में. सो कुछ डेटा ऐसा मिलता है जो ये कहता है कि ये जो फील्ड है, इसका जो डिसीजन है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इस साल इतने स्टूडेंट्स चाहते हैं कि वो आर्ट्स में स्पेसिफिकली इस तरह का कोर्स करें. सो वो प्रोग्रामिंग जो होता है वो फर्स्ट लेवल प्रोग्रामिंग है. इसके बाद नेक्स्ट लेवल ये है कि ये इसको करने के बाद यदि, और ये तो हम लोग ने प्रोग्राम बनाया और उसको कंप्यूटर पे फीड किया और कंप्यूटर हमको कुछ डिसीजंस दे रहा है. इस समय यदि आप देखेंगे तो आपके सराउंडिंग में मेजॉरिटी ऑफ चीजें, जैसे आपने कोई चीज अमेजोन पे ऑर्डर की, अमेजोन इज टेलिंग यू कि इतने दिन में आपको मिलेगा. हाउ इज इट दैट इट इज डिसाइडिंग सो क्विकली कि इतने दिन में मिलेगा? क्योंकि आपने लॉग इन किया, जिस सिटी में आप बैठे हैं, हर एक सिटी और इवन विद इन द सिटी हर एक एरिया अलग है. सो ये डिसाइड कैसे हो रहा है कि मुझे ये सामान इतने दिन में मिल जाएगा? इसके लिए जो डेटा उन लोग के पास आता है, उस डेटा को मशीन विल मेक अ डिसीजन कि ये डेटा हम लोग किस तरह से एनालाइज करें और इसके ऊपर से क्या आंसर देना है. सो सेम वे एज आई सेड कि डिसीजन अबाउट करियर taken by government, decision about Amazon. So in fact, to an extent that even a small thing like a delivery of pizza by Domino's or some of the food chain are entirely being driven by artificial intelligence program, जिसमें वो लोग decide करते हैं कि कल तक last month ये इतने लोगों ने पिज्जा लिया, उन्होंने किस तरह का पिज्जा प्रेफर किया. और ये डेटा आप सोचिए, यदि हम लोग को मैन्युअली कैलकुलेट करना हो तो कितना दिन लगेंगे और कितने लोगों को करना पड़ेगा. सेम वे यदि हम हॉस्पिटल्स देखते हैं तो आज डिसीजन कैसे लेके कौन से हॉस्पिटल में कितने बेड्स फ्री है. सो ऑल दिस डेटा, जो डेटा के साथ जो वर्क होता है, एंड सम ऑफ यू मे थिंक कि ये बहुत टफ होगा क्योंकि हमको कुछ प्रोग्रामिंग करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए, लेकिन इस फील्ड में भी अलग अलग एरियाज हैं. डेटा साइंटिस्ट इज वन एरिया. डेटा साइंटिस्ट ये करते हैं कि हमको डिसीजन कैसे लेना है, किन चीजों पे डिसीजन लेना है. तो वो जो एरिया है उसमें प्रोग्रामिंग का बहुत जरूरत नहीं होता है. बहुत सारे इस समय कोर्सेज ऐसे हैं जो आपको प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं कराएंगे, लेकिन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस समझना कैसे है, उसके ऊपर से डिसीजन कैसे लेना है, वो बताते हैं. The second part is, of course, related to the computer field, and I don't think you should be worried because हम लोग अभी just recently एक कोर्स चल रहा है AI 101 and 102 for school children, and आपको जान के सरप्राइज होगा कि 6th standard and 7th standard के बच्चे AI का प्रोग्राम अभी सीख रहे हैं. So it is not difficult. It is an inclination that if you have, then you can learn. सो द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज कि आप डेटा के साथ कैसे वर्क कर सकते हैं. बहुत सारे कॉमर्स के स्टूडेंट्स, आप लोग डेटा के साथ ही काम करते हैं. यू आर वर्किंग विद फिगर्स एंड स्टैटिस्टिक्स, सो द डिसीजन बेस्ड ऑन द डेटा. सेकेंड थिंग, व्हेन वी लुक एट मशीन लर्निंग, हमने जो भी चीज एल्गोरिदम बनाया, डिसीजन लिया, वो मशीन को कैसे सिखाएं लैंग्वेज के थ्रू, कंप्यूटर के थ्रू, कि मशीन हमको खुद डिसीजन लेके बता दे. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक बहुत ही क्लासिक एग्जांपल है कि कुछ आप लोग को ये सुन के अच्छा लगेगा कि गूगल हैज कम आउट विद सर्टेन स्टोर्स, जहां पर आप लोग स्टोर में जब जाते हैं, स्टोर मींस डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर, आप जिस स्टोर में जाते हैं आप सीधा अंदर जाएं, आपको जो भी चीज अच्छी लगती है आप उस चीज को लें और आप घर चले जाएं. नाउ थिंक अबाउट इट. ये सबको सुन के तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा होगा कि इसमें ना किसी ने कुछ पूछा, ना किसी ने कुछ बोला, ना हमने कोई पैसे दिए, सिर्फ हम सामान उठाया और हम पिकअप करके सीधे घर ले गए. अब इसके पीछे जो होल टेक्नोलॉजी जो वर्क करता है कि जैसे ही आप उस शॉप में एंटर हो रहे हैं, दे कैप्चर द फेस, आपका फेस कैप्चर करेंगे. वो फेस दे मैच इट विद द सेंट्रल सर्वर, जैसे हम लोग का आधार कार्ड है, तो उस आधार कार्ड के साथ दे विल मैच. once they have matched the face, now our information is with them. Now when you go to a specific place, आपने एक product उठाया, it is being recorded by the camera. The moment we pick up, there is a specific coding on the product which gets reflected कि इन्होंने ये सामान खरीदा. And when you pick it up and when you just come out, because जरूरी नहीं है कि आप सामान खरीदे तो उसको सामान देखें तो उसको खरीदेंगे ही. It is sometime that सिर्फ आप देख रहे हैं. So यदि देख के आपने रख दिया, then there is nothing. But देख के यदि आपने decide किया कि अब I am going out, then there is a line that they have created that the moment you cross that line, automatically it will bill the product. बिलिंग कैसे करेगा? सो यदि यंग बच्चे हैं तो उनके पेरेंट्स के जो अकाउंट है दैट इज कनेक्टेड टू द सेंट्रल सर्वर. So automatically it will send a signal that do I debit so much amount from your account because your son or daughter has bought this. This is where we are heading, friends. In fact, आपको सरप्राइज होगा कि अभी एक प्रोजेक्ट गवर्नमेंट का चल रहा है जिसके अंदर बच्चों का स्कूल का अटेंडेंस इज सिंपली बीइंग गोइंग टू बी रिकॉर्डेड बाय आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. सो क्लास में जैसे टीचर आते थे, पहले 10 मिनट लगता था अटेंडेंस में, वो एलिमिनेट हो जाएगा. जो भी बच्चे आ रहे हैं, इनफैक्ट आपको और सरप्राइज होगा. Some of these things you will like it, some of them you will not like because they are being so attentive about each of the things we are doing. अभी मैं एक सेशन ले रहा था एक one of the universities, उसमें there is a software जो उन्होंने इंस्टॉल किया है जिसमें जैसे हम लोग अभी बैठे हैं, आप भी वहाँ हैं, it will record after every few minutes randomly. It will capture the photograph, and it will also track the eyeballs of the student, and it will tell the instructor जो पढ़ा रहे हैं कि इन बच्चों में से कौन से कितने attentive हैं, कौन से attentive नहीं है, उनका कहाँ focus है. So I think it is debatable because some of us may not like it, but this is the level where technology is going. So artificial intelligence is, in simple language, it is whatever surrounding data is with us, we make sense of the data. उस data से हम कैसे sense बनाएं, उसके लिए हम programs लिखते हैं, उन programs को हम computer पे feed करते हैं, और उससे the computer is able to give us decision जो हम लोग को days लगते, but it can be done very fast using that. The third level, deep learning, is something where once we have done this, then you must have heard smart factories. What does smart factory do is, please listen to this carefully because this is what the future is. यदि आपने कोई मार्केट में लोगों ने let us say शैम्पू खरीदा, so कितना शैम्पू किस दिन बिका, from that data, वो जो डेटा है वो डेटा मिलता है सेंट्रल सर्वर को, जो बताता है फैक्ट्री को कि इतना जो प्रोडक्ट्स थे वो बिके हैं, तो इसका इतना रिक्वायरमेंट रहेगा इस पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री में. वो इंफॉर्मेशन सीधा फैक्ट्री को आता है. फैक्ट्री के मशीन जो एंट्री लेवल रॉ मटेरियल मशीन है, उतना रॉ मटेरियल कन्वेयर बेल्ट से पास ऑन होता है टू द सेंट्रल मशीन, जिस मशीन के ऊपर ये चीज बिल्ड होती है और बनती है, और उसके बाद ऑटोमेटिकली पैकेज होके ट्रक्स में लोड होती है. ये सब इंफॉर्मेशन लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये सब मशीन डिसाइड कर रहा है. यदि आज प्रोडक्शन दिल्ली में कम है, रिक्वायरमेंट कम है, तो इट विल, जो ट्रक्स जाएंगे वो दिल्ली की जगह जहां रिक्वायरमेंट बॉम्बे में ज्यादा है तो बॉम्बे जाएंगे उनको. सो यू आर see that how fast the technology is making a decision at the right moment, right now, that कहाँ पे कितनी रिक्वायरमेंट है और क्या भेजा जाए. इससे ये होगा कि आप सोचिए फैक्ट्री में माल बन के जो प्रोडक्ट्स है वो स्टोर करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी, because it is just in time. We are getting information, it is made, it is packaged, it is sent. I am sure some of you are also familiar with the computer and laptops by Dell. Dell has been doing this for a very long time. Dell does not stock. वो लोग आपका कंप्यूटर स्टॉक नहीं करते. आप जैसे ही ऑर्डर प्लेस करते हैं, फिर वो स्पेसिफिकली मैन्युफैक्चर किया जाता है. Now, of course, because it is coming to India, therefore there are channels in between, but the decision is made real time. So this is where we are going with artificial intelligence. I would quickly touch upon that some of the prominent, जैसे कि कुछ लोगों को जिनको इस एरिया में इंटरेस्ट हो, there are range of programs that are available right now. My suggestion would be that because you are starting new, there are two things that you can make a decision. One, I would request, please check out that what is your area of interest, क्योंकि ये बहुत बड़ा एरिया है, इसीलिए कुछ लोगों को इंटरेस्ट होगा सिर्फ डेटा साइंस में. सो आजकल नेट के ऊपर फ्री there are a lot of programs. In fact, one of the leaders in artificial intelligence, you may take note down his name, Andrew Ng. Andrew Ng, they are alphabets. He is considered to be a pioneer at Stanford University for artificial intelligence. Many of his lectures are free of cost on YouTube. But my request, Andrew NG is the top level professor in this field. So sometime when you will listen to his lecture, you may get scared कि ये जो बात कर रहे हैं ये तो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है. तो इसीलिए आपको first level is take up some free programs. There are a lot of free programs on Coursera, edX, Udemy, Teachific, and our own IITs have created open source free programs for as orientation program. So when you take this program, you will understand, अच्छा ये field में आज तो, because I don't have the time to explain that to you in detail, but you may want to explore one of the program, take up a free program. The government portal has these free programs which you can just Google government free program on AI or machine learning or deep learning. You will see the government programs, they are all free. Just register, take the program. So once you do that program, then it will tell you कि आपका interest और aptitude के हिसाब से आपको अब आगे क्या करना चाहिए. So all prominent institutions of Gujarat, that engineering colleges, have AI as a program. In fact, you will be happy to know that last year हम लोग ने गुजरात टेक्नोलॉजिकल यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ AI के प्रोग्राम को even outside engineers के लिए भी लॉन्च किया था. यदि आप इंजीनियर नहीं है, आप कॉमर्स पढ़ रहे हैं किसी भी कॉलेज से, आप उस प्रोग्राम को आराम से ले सकते हैं. इट वाज अ ब्लेंडेड प्रोग्राम, 50% ऑनलाइन and 50% offline. So आज के टाइम पे there are range of programs that are available. Now some of you जिनको really इसमें इंटरेस्ट आता है और आप चाहते हैं कि हम इसमें आगे करियर बनाना चाहते हैं, then I would suggest that you should look at programs which are at 3 levels. One level, you take a proper degree in artificial intelligence. There are degree programs. Most of the IIT, NIT, and now even institutions, state board institutions are offering it at an engineering level. Second level is that you think, no, I want to only do some part of it and get employment. So there are hundreds of programs available that can tell you that you take a 3 months program, and based on that, whatever may be your background, they will, but please, in such programs, be sure that you check that your employment will be where, who will employ you, what will be the kind of salaries. You will be surprised that इस field में, then आप Google करके देखिएगा, so and you will be shocked. The salaries, you take a 3 months program, 3 to 6 months program, and the course fee may be somewhere like 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh rupee. Sometime it is up to 2.5 lakh, but 6 months course, the fee is high, but the salary you will get is at an average of 3.6 lakhs per annum. So 30,000 per month minimum at an average. So there are slabs. When we talk of AI, we say an average salary that an average student would get is about 30,000 a month. And from there, it goes as high as 20 lakh rupees per annum. Readily, easily available. I'm not talking about the topmost. The topmost goes in crores. But this is because why so much salary? And why the courses are little expensive? Because it's a new field. And because it's a new field, there are not many quality teachers and quality people who are able to provide. That is why we launched the program with GTU at low cost. कि सब बच्चे इसका benefit ले सकें और आगे बढ़ सकें. So यदि आपको interest हो तो आप first level, my suggestion, take free course. There are many free courses. उसको पहले देखिए गवर्नमेंट के पोर्टल पे. देन यू डिसाइड कि इसमें इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है तो इसमें मुझे करियर बनाना है, यानी पूरा एआई का बैचलर्स करना है, या मैं जिस फील्ड में हूँ. लाइक कुछ बच्चे अभी ऑलरेडी कॉलेज में होंगे, दे विल थिंक नहीं मैं तो बीकॉम या बीए में हूँ, मुझे अब इसको करना है. तो देयर आर शॉर्ट टर्म प्रोग्राम्स यू कैन टेक, बट बी केयरफुल. ओनली वन थिंग, check wherever you are joining, please check where will the employment be. बिकॉज आजकल इतना डिमांड है कि लोग सामने से आपको बताएंगे कि ये 3 कंपनीज में हम आपको ट्रेन करके प्लेस करेंगे. So AI is at the pinnacle. Similarly, there are other 2 fields. Because of lack of time, I'll keep the other 2 short, but they are fastest growing fields in emerging technology. AI is one. Second is augmented and virtual reality. Huge requirement. जितना कंटेंट आज आप देख रहे हैं वो सब कंटेंट आप फ्यूचर में, आई एम सम ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड that you have played games by putting the occult glasses and played cricket or played table tennis or played tennis as a sport, but now that is being used to teach young people that in medicine, आपको surprise होगा that medicine में we use occult to show to a person how operations are done, and people are learning augment. So content, same way if you look at films, lot of 3D films are now coming up, where last one was Star Wars, which I'm sure you wore got specs and saw that film. It's all made in augmented and virtual reality. So content which is for education, content for entertainment, even factories. Recently I visited, before this lockdown, I visited a place where if the machine part gets, कोई machine का part खराब हो जाता है, so what they do is they connect it with a central server. The person sitting at the office wears this glasses, looks at the machine, sees how it is working, and then वहाँ पे वो fault ढूंढ के he tells the local person कि मुझे यहाँ पर fault दिख रहा है, आप उसको ठीक कर लीजिए. So this is the application sitting at a remote place. We are able to operate things by augmented and virtual reality. And the third field is 3D printing. It is going to, you would be surprised that in some part of the world now they are experimenting with printing human organs like liver and kidney are being thought कि इसको हम 3D print कैसे कर सकते हैं, जिससे जो requirement है वो requirement. So this is one field of medicine where we are using 3D printing, but otherwise if you see the world, there are cars now that are made by 3D printing. So what is the benefit? आपको कोई आइडिया है माइंड में, आप उस आइडिया को लेके जाते हैं, कोई उसको सिंपली डिजाइन करता है और प्रिंट कर कमांड देगा तो द होल कार कैन बी प्रिंटेड एज यू वांट. So think about, we are getting in an era where every one of us will want that हमारा खुद का एक पहचान होनी चाहिए, तो हमारा जो व्हीकल है, टू व्हीलर है, वो जैसा हम डिजाइन करें वैसा होना चाहिए. वो कैसे हो सकता है? लो कॉस्ट में, क्योंकि 3D प्रिंटिंग फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल है. वरना तो आपको किसी मैन्युफैक्चर को देना पड़ता, वो बोलेगा कि मेरे को तो ये बन ही नहीं सकता है क्योंकि हमारे पास मोल्ड ही नहीं है इसको बनाने का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए. अब एक एक पार्ट प्रिंट हो सकता है. So in that context, the third section is 3D printing, which is also called additive manufacturing. And the fourth one is UI UX. Fastest growing field. UI UX means user experience and user interface. And I'm sure ये आपको familiar है क्योंकि जो भी अभी आज के टाइम में हम लोग ने जो भी प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन कर रहे हैं, ये जो भी इंटरफेस आप देख रहे हैं, कुछ इंटरफेस ऐसे हैं जो बहुत यूजर फ्रेंडली है, बहुत आराम से हम लोग इसमें काम कर सकते हैं. कुछ कॉम्प्लेक्स होते हैं, कुछ एप्स आप देख रहे हैं जो जिसमें समझ में ही नहीं आता कि अंदर कैसे जाए, नेक्स्ट बटन कहाँ क्लिक करे. दिस इज ऑल यूजर एक्सपीरियंस. एंड वो इंटरफेसेस जो आपके मोबाइल पे इंटरफेस या कंप्यूटर पे आप देख रहे हैं, this is one of the fastest growing field because everything is going digital. In fact, to an extent that 80% of the student जो डिजाइन फील्ड में जाते हैं NID में भी, वो चाहे फर्नीचर डिजाइन करे, टेक्सटाइल डिजाइन करे, प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन करे, फिल्म डिजाइन, एनिमेशन, कुछ भी करे, लेकिन 80% जॉब लेते हैं UI UX में. बैचलर्स जो पास आउट हो रहे हैं, उसका कारण ये है कि नंबर ऑफ जॉब्स इन UI UX एंड द सैलरीज आर 4 times as compared to the other discipline. And I'm not just sharing this, you can check with the site website and talk to some of the friends. What I'm trying to say, friends, here is the opportunity is very large in emerging tech. So जिस तरह हम लोग, और इसलिए कभी कभी हम लोग को लगता है कि BCom BA करके क्या करेंगे आगे, क्या क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. इनफैक्ट कंप्यूटर्स AI के अंदर you can do finance with artificial intelligence. I have many of my friends who are now working with accountancy and financial management using artificial intelligence. So you need not worry. अगर अभी आपने चूज नहीं किया है तो आप कॉमर्स के साथ में AI कर सकते हैं. But 3 things to end. One, first, this is a new field. तो इसीलिए आपको फर्स्ट इसमें एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहिए। तो आप फ्री कोर्सेज देखिए, और एक नहीं 3-4 फ्री कोर्सेज देख के उनको वो कोर्सेज में रजिस्टर करिए। ऑनलाइन है, इट्स जस्ट फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स। I don't even need to give you the link, because the moment you type free AI course by Government of India, you will get list of sites, IITs, NIT, and all those places. You can just check that. I would suggest give 3 weeks to checking out what you like. Once you see that, yes, I like this program, then there are two options. You may select a proper bachelor's, which almost all technology institutions are offering now. But suppose you are in a different field and you cannot take engineering degree, you can actually take up BCom or BA, and along with that take up a 3 to 6 months course, which is also available. As I said, GTU is offering, so it's a government program, or you can take a private program. So IITs and all are also offering program for other students. So in short, the opportunity is big. Those who will get into this field, they will grow very fast in the future, like India grew and became a world name in IT. Now is the time that we can raise our young people to take up emerging tech. And it is already being said by our Honorable Prime Minister Saab that if India is able to leverage emerging technology, India can become a superpower at a much faster speed. And don't get me wrong, I am not that because I'm from this field, but you should see the amount of go to websites and check out that what is the kind of job, how many people are taking up, what is the potential, and you will realize that emerging tech is one of the cornerstones. And UI UX, which is close to design thinking, is a part of this emerging tech. As it connects technology with people, it is the user experience and interface. So with that, I would stop here and would want to take some questions, that if there are some specific ones on courses or programs, I'll be happy to share those.
Yeah, thank you, Rohit sir, for a brief insight about the emerging technologies and the new phase of technologies which are coming in. We have some very specific questions and would like to take about it on crisp note. The one question is from one of our YouTube viewers, Ms. Preksha Jain. She's asking that class 10 student is there who is very good at maybe maths and physics, and he has interest in coding. So accordingly, what futures fields should he choose, or what good option can he choose?
Oh yeah. That's a straight selection of AI. A person who's good with mathematics in the sense of maths formulas, and a person who likes to do coding should definitely take up. Since he's in 10th, I'm sure that when he comes in 11th, if he's in CBSE, there is a subject artificial intelligence, he should take it. If he's not in CBSE, there are still open source online programs that they can straight away take. Programs as less as 3,000, 4,000 rupees that can help young people. जो मैं आपको बता रहा था, AI 101 specially for children is a program that they can take up and not very expensive, short duration program. It will build his interest at this age till he reaches the grade 12. He or she can actually be able to take up the program. So definitely AI should be for you. There are other fields also. I mean, I'm not going to say, but because I'm talking about emerging technology, I myself am an engineer. So mathematics is best suited. When we do engineering, it was said that people who are good with analytical skills and maths and physics do well in engineering. However, if we look even in engineering, the fastest growing fields are artificial intelligence, 3D printing, and AR, VR, even within engineering. Yeah, so he has a great scope. He should definitely take short-term programs and build himself. Right now, no need to worry about big, expensive programs. Just take low-cost, simple programs. Your school, ask the school. School itself will help that there are platforms that government is opening where a school can run an AI program for grade 11 and 12 children. So you can request your school, they can write to us, I can let them know where all they can go to and enroll for such programs. But be wary, only one thing, don't get into very expensive long-term program at this time. grade 10, 11, 12, short-term programs build interest. Once you are in 12th, then one should plan for a long-term career program.
Our next question is from one of our FB viewers, Jasmita Hitesh. She's asking that how is AI useful in the field of, or how can AI be useful in the field of architecture?
Oh, that's a very good question. So if we look at architecture field, the kind of, if suppose there, I'll answer it in two ways. Suppose you are already a practicing architect, then what we are right now, what we are going through is smart architecture and green architecture. Now, there world over, we are experimenting with material, we are experimenting with forms and shapes, and we are experimenting with human behavior and the effect of buildings on human behavior. So what artificial intelligence, so again, I'll make it simple. Artificial intelligence is nothing but it makes the data simple. So let us consider कि हम लोग को as an architect क्या-क्या decision लेने होते हैं. The decisions are related to what kind of material, how much material, what kind of architectural shapes, what kind of stress and will the building be able to take. What do I do with the lighting system for the entire thing? How do I design the building looking at where the building is going to be and who is going to use the building? If all this data is fed and if this data comes from a large source, like let us suppose we are getting this data from, you have to design it for a city of Hyderabad, but we don't have sitting here the data for that city. So if we open that data source from that city and get that data, then that it is simply the data is currency in today's time. If you get this data, it will tell you what is the kind of environment in which we are building, what is the kind of people who will use it, what kind of resources are available there. Based on that, we can make decisions sitting here. So now the future is going to be that the architects are going to be sitting anywhere in the world and design buildings and structures or landscape in the own place, because we will have access of this information and live information, not the information from past. We will get data that today how many people visited a building and what did they, where did they stop. Like in fact, a lot of research is going on that when people get into a building, what is the kind of feeling we get. Like for example, when you visit IIM Ahmedabad, it's been a classic iconic building done by Louis Khan, and what is the feeling that we get when we get there to the building? That expression is captured and mapped that, okay, this looks like to be at this stage, can we add something in this architectural shape? Or when the sunlight comes in a certain time, for how long does it remain and do we want to map it out? This all has become possible now because we are collecting data through the cameras that are put up at different places, which was not possible. We had cameras, but capturing the data on a central location made accessible to an architect was not possible. Therefore, AI is going to be playing every role. It will play a role even in the food we eat, deciding about that which part of the country consume which more vegetable, and therefore what should the farmer grow in order to supply to them is also a decision of AI. In fact, to an extent कि आप क्या farm में उगाते हैं, farm की land की quality देख के, that is also being decided by drones will capture the land, this quality of land है, it will tell the farmers कि आपके यहाँ पर आपको ये क्रॉप अगर आप उगाएंगे तो उससे आपको बेनिफिट ज्यादा मिलेगा, आप साल में 4 क्रॉप उगा सकेंगे इंस्टेड ऑफ आज आप जो 2 क्रॉप उगा रहे हैं. This is the level where AI, so it is cross-disciplinary, but I hope I have been able to answer for architecture.
Right. So now still we have a list of questions with us, sir, but because we are very short on time and we have a next session at 11:30, I would just like to take one more question, and that is, can BSc and CS be advantageous for emerging technology? This question has been asked by one of our ESTV viewers, Mr. Pritesh Panchal. So I think I would like to conclude the session with this last question.
Can you repeat the degree there is mentioned?
BSc and CS, I might think it might be BSc in computer science.
BSc in computer science. Yeah. See, any field of computer involves programming and coding to a certain extent. There are different areas, like we work with the back end, we work with front end. So front end design, back end management, these are specific areas, data science. So you are actually in the field of computer science, and you just need to add the component of AI. For example, you want to do data science or you want to do data engineering. That is the decision you'll need to make. Data science is more about looking at data. How do I make decision? Data engineering is made based on that. How do I code and create programs which can be useful? So as a direct field, you are actually in the field. You should not just think about it. Just take a proper course. Tell your college that they can provide AI to you, or you can take up a course online. But be careful, as I said, that the decision on the course should primarily depend on whether they say that you will get a job or not. The reason I'm saying this, that this field is so vast that there is no reason to take a course where you will not get employment. There is so much shortage that anyone who joins this and does little well will always get employment. So you should always ask that question, that after doing this course, will I get employment, or is it just for hobby? Don't take up hobby course at this level. At your level, you should definitely take up a 3 months, 6 months, or a 1 year program along with your, if your college is not able to provide, and be very sure to ask them whether there is employment at the end of it.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that would have definitely addressed the query. And with this, we would like to conclude the session. And once again, I would like to thank for joining us and giving us an insight, plus a proper resolution of the queries asked by various of our viewers. No doubt there are still many more unanswered questions, but still, since we have time limitations, so we don't have an option.
So what I suggest, Abhishek Bhai, is that if we can collect all the questions and you can email me, I will reply to all the questions and send you back, which we can share it with our friends. Because this is for any educationist, the most important thing is questions. What I spoke is less important. The question of children are more important. So we can collect those and I can address those by email.
Sure, sir. We'll definitely try doing that.
Yeah. Thanks once again, Abhishek Bhai, Malay Bhai, Tejas Bhai, and Abhivandan Bhai for organizing such a wonderful program for the young people. I'm sure your initiative will greatly help the young people in choosing the right career. And for all these years, I appreciate, since I know you, every year you make this effort, and at least if 10% of our young people are able to benefit from this, I think you are really rewarded very well and have the blessings of everyone. So good wishes to all of you for such wonderful programs that you organize.
Sir, I would just like to ask you to share your email ID with us and our viewers.
Yes, I'll. So do I speak it out here? Okay, it is Rohit. Swarup. I'll repeat, Rohit Swarup at X for Xmas, D for design, S for school, India.com. xdsindia.com. Just 1 minute. Why am I doing all this? I could yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think it is visible. The screen is visible, and you can make a note of the email. In fact, if you can see, I had all this for you. But what I felt today is, instead of showing you a presentation, an interactive talk would be much better looking at the time. So if you want, I can also share this presentation with you, where young people can also, if you see at the end of this, there are also places where people can take some of the programs. It is also mentioned about the 3 kind of programs, and it is the top 10 jobs. So I'll share this presentation, which can be shared with the people who like it.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks a lot.